Hey folks, this is Eric. Welcome back to our kitchen. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make homemade boba. Boba for your boba teas, different flavors. Normally we would have Thai tea, but we don't have that. So I'm going to show you how to make it with taro and with honeydew. Let's jump into it. In order to make the boba tea in different flavors, you're going to have to go to your local Asian grocery store and get these packets. Normally we make it with Thai tea or Vietnamese coffee. Of course, you can make that with the tea itself. This bag probably runs about $15, and you can make a lot of taro mix. With the taro mix, of course, you can either drink it, in a liquid form, or throw it in ice and make it a frozen drink. Pretty simple instructions. You just mix it with water. The bottom line is just go ahead and mix it to your tasting, right? And then the other one we're going to make here is honeydew. Same thing, bag's about $15, and it makes a lot of drinks. We've probably been using this for about almost a year. Then here's the boba themselves. Different ones you can get. This one's the one that we found that we were happy with. It comes with this much right here. The bag of this is around $5. And then you'll need some brown sugar. Even though that says it's brown sugar flavor, the tapioca balls themselves don't have much sweetness to it. So we'll add a little brown sugar in there to make the boba sweet. This is going to save you a lot of money than going to the boba tea places, because I think it's almost like $7.50 to $7.99 per cup here at the major chains that you see. So like I said, we want to make it at home for a fraction of the cost. Now, depending on how much you're going to make, because if you make this whole bag, it's a lot of boba, right? So what you're going to go ahead and do is bring up water to a boil, and then add your boba to there. You want to put the water to boba ratio quite high, because the boba is, after all, tapioca with cornstarch, all right, wrapped around them. So you want to go ahead and wait till the water's boiling before you throw them in there. What we usually do is probably put about 25 or so per cup of boba tea, and that way you can have a good number. And you don't overcook, because you overcook these, or you cook too many, you really can't save them for later. So once your water is to a rolling boil, we'll go ahead and add in the bobas. That's about 25. That's about 50. And that's about 75. So again, we're just estimating. But as you see here, the ratio of water to boba, you want to make sure that it's really covered in water, because once you cook it, they do expand. Another thing is you want to constantly stir these things too. Don't want them to burn or stick to the bottom and or clump up on you. So you want to stir them. I mean, you don't have to do it constantly, but keep it nice and moving, because you don't want them to clump and stick. Now, time's going to vary, right? Because altitude, kitchen stove, and all that, everything's going to vary. But you want it to turn black, and then also have a nice gushy texture to it. Don't overcook it, as it will become mushy. Once you get the boba in there to a roll and boil, give it a couple of seconds to burn off the cornstarch in the exterior. Then we'll go ahead and lower the temperature down to a simmer, and just go ahead and let that cook. I just want to make a correction here. It's not a simmer, but you want to add a medium boil, right? You don't want a hard boil or rolling boil, but you want a medium boil, medium flame. It's been about 5 minutes now. I just checked it. It's still a little bit too hard. But like I said, you want it softer, and plus the size. You'll notice the size hasn't gotten bigger yet. And folks, we are now about 15 or so minutes in. You'll notice that they're completely black, and they're kind of really gelatinous. You can actually take one and just bite into it, and you'll see that they're soft. Once you bite into it and you see that they're soft, that is the point that they are ready to come off the stove. All right, folks, now go ahead and pour your cooking over to the kitchen, and just strain it out with a strainer. No need to wash it, but let me go ahead and zoom in here. You'll notice how nice and dark pearly they are. All right, then you want to go ahead and pour it into a container. My wife just uses a glass. She says it's easier that way. All right, now you add your brown sugar to the tapioca balls. She's saying that this is about 3 teaspoons for the amount of balls we have here. Again, the more you put in, the sweeter it'll get. But you know, we just kind of like it mild sweet. We don't like it too sweet. And go ahead and mix it up. All right. At this point, your balls are ready. So we'll just leave it there for a minute while we make our drinks. And folks, just as a reminder, the reason why we only make a small amount at a time, because we don't drink that much of it, and if you leave it too long, it gets hard again. The stores actually keep it in a warmer, but like I said, you know, it's because they mass produce these things. We're not. We're just using one-time serving. Like I said, we're going to make a 3 drinks out of this. Just make the amount according to how many you're going to serve. Off first with making the taro frozen style. Now I'm going to tell you right now, you read the instructions, it's going to make no sense to you, because right here it says for 500 cc's cold drink, you dissolve 3 teaspoons of taro to 200 cc's of water. So I don't know if they're adding in for when the ice melts, and because the hot says do 500 plus 3 teaspoons for 500. So I guess they're calculating for the ice melt, but we're not sure. What we always do is we just go ahead and actually taste as we go along, because you know every amount of ice is different. But you know, like I said, you find your right mix. All right, since we are making it frozen, we added a little less water in there and just enough to melt it out. And then we're gonna put ice in here. Again, you can always add in more powder as needed. We got on our NutriBullet, and we'll just go ahead and give it a whirl. We are using a NutriBullet. Use whatever blender you have, and then just go ahead and give it a whirl to the consistency you like. All right, so you know your thickness level and taste level is going to be varying on how you like it. I'll give it a shot here. So it's kind of bland, so we're going to add in a little bit more of the mix, and maybe a little bit of sugar too, because like I said, it is a little bland. And when you're adding ice, it's hard to adjust or pre-measure. So it's going to take a few times for you guys to make this and to like it accordingly what you do or how you like it. So we'll add a little bit more, giving them with a whirl and see how it goes. Once we have our frozen done, again, you know, guys, I can't give you guys a measurement because everybody likes it a little bit different. So just do it, you know, until you get to the consistency you like. Go ahead and get your balls. Put it in here. How much you like. This one's going to be for my daughter, so she likes quite a bit of it. And then pour in your mix. Now these bubble tea straws, you can pick up any Asian store. You can get a packet with like I think 30. Don't quote me on that. I don't know. It's been a while since we bought it. For like $1.99 or $2, you know, something like that. Not very expensive. All right, give it a drink. You like it? All right, folks, hope you enjoyed that. We'll go ahead and make the honeydew one. That's the one I prefer. And hope this helps. And if you want to venture off and making your own bubble tea drinks.